The university's East Liverpool campus was broken into yesterday. What authorities reported on the case of the break-in and what's next for the suspect?
An annual Christmas tree lighting was met with pro-Palestine demonstrations. Find out what happened and if other protests are to come.
Kent State football didn't take home a lot of wins on the gridiron this season, but stick around to find out what they were able to take home.
We're accustomed to a foot-long sub, but what will Subway feature in store next? All these stories and more as your Thursday morning Flashcast starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good morning, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anthony Zacharias.
And I'm Michael Neenan.
Well, to get things started around campus and the abundance of activities students can find before finals while also staying clear of the cold temperatures.
With more on what's happening around campus, let's see what our TV2 correspondent Eli Federspiel has for us. Hi, Eli.
That's right, guys. A lot of Kent State events are going on this week as we head towards the end of the semester. First up, we have a way for you to pay for an education in a less conventional way. Today from 1 to 6 p.m. there will be a Vitalent blood drive being held in the Rec Center, where all donations of blood will go towards scholarships for Kent State students. Walk-ins are welcome as long as you bring a valid ID. A Waterjet Winter Wonderland workshop is being offered later today from 2 to 3 p.m. in the Design Innovation Hub. Participants will be able to learn basic file prep along with seeing the reactor's amazing waterjet cutter in action as they get the chance to cut out their own winter-themed foam decorations. This short and sweet workshop is welcome to anyone who may need something to do on a chilly day like today. Even as we begin to wrap up this year, the Flash's Activities Board bingo events are still in full swing. 8 rounds of Squishmallow Bingo will be held tonight in the Kent State Student Center, room 218, where you could win one of many Squishmallow prizes being offered for this event. Bingo begins at 7 p.m., but show up early. Only the first 200 people will be allowed to enter, and you don't want to be number 201. That's all I have for today's Thursday Kent State events. Check out KentWire.com for more information on upcoming events and updating stories. I'm Eli Federspiel. Back to you, Michael and Anthony.
Thank you, Eli. Kent State's East Liverpool campus was closed Wednesday morning following a break-in at around 6:30 a.m. Police arrested 34-year-old David Gamble, who was found at the building after authorities arrived. Gamble has been charged with breaking and entering, theft, and criminal damages, and will be arraigned at the Columbiana Municipal Court Thursday, according to East Liverpool Police.
Well, now let's take a look at the weather going on here in Kent. Currently, it is 35 degrees, but feels like 28 degrees. Dew point at 27, and it is a little windy out, so make sure you do have your coats on. And don't be wearing no t-shirt or shorts today. Humidity is at 73%, and don't you worry, you'll be able to see ahead of you with visibility at 10 miles.
Well, I say we take a look at the weather throughout the day. So in 2 hours at 10 a.m., it'll be 37 degrees. The clear skies. It will be pretty sunny, but that won't last long because at noon, the clouds will be back and they will be covering up the sun again. though it will be 43 degrees this time around. But then as we go into 6 p.m., it'll get even more cloudy. You won't see any sun at all. If you were planning on sun tanning for some reason, yeah, don't bother. But it will be 43 degrees yet again. Once again, I would recommend wearing a coat and making sure that you layer up because it's still going to be cold and there's still going to be wind. But that is all the time we have for weather. Be sure to check KentWire.com for any major weather updates and tune in later for our Thursday newscast for another weather update.
And when we return, singer Machine Gun Kelly made an intriguing offer to one NFL superstar to join the Browns. Just who was it and what exactly was offered?
Obviously, she's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree was able to shine in its annual holiday lighting celebration Wednesday night, but was met with pro-Palestinian demonstrators. Prior to the event, police said there would be a heavy police presence due to heightened security risks with the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. Officers were seen screening each spectator upon entering and distancing demonstrators from spectators. Authorities reported arrests were made after an hour of demonstrations.
An ice rink was opened up on the White House South Lawn Wednesday evening. The rink was unveiled by First Lady Jill Biden alongside Olympic figure skater Brian Boitano and a special guest appearance from Snoopy the dog. The ice will be open all of December for local school children as well as children of military families, frontline workers, and first responders.
From the Oval Office to the courtroom and now the big screen, even though former President Donald Trump is in the headlines for his court trials and hopeful presidential endeavors, a new movie is coming out about the Trump family. It won't star the former president, as it's reported actor Sebastian Stan will be playing a young Donald Trump in the new movie, The Apprentice. No official release date has been set.
The Browns signed Joe Flacco, but how about if Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce joined the squad? Singer Machine Gun Kelly called into Kelce's podcast yesterday to give the proposal to the Cleveland area native.
And more importantly, Kelce was offered a $500,000 in cash on his arrival from MGK. Not too much consideration was put into it, though, by Kelce, as the Chiefs star admitted the situation in Kansas City right now is, quote, pretty good. I mean, that $500,000 would be a pretty intriguing price tag. I'd probably take it, but the Chiefs are guaranteed to once again go to the playoffs again.
Well, yeah, certainly. I mean, $500,000, that is a lot of money. But, you know, I think we know someone in the studio right now who would give a lot more than just $500,000 to see Travis Kelce in a Browns uniform, you know?
I think so, too. Our very own sports correspondent, Noah Keeney, has more. How you doing, Noah?
Hi guys, how you doing? Well, it's a wonderful morning here in Kent State, and I would do anything for Travis Kelce to be a Cleveland Brown, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work out that way for us. I don't think it's going to happen. We got a nice David Njoku tight end, but I would love to see Kelce come home eventually. So, for the Football MAC Awards, it was a good year for Kent State football. Not so much on the playing field, though, as they were not able to win one MAC game. They only won one game. But McRae was named first team all-conference, highlighting 4 players named all Mid-American Conference, voted on by the conference coaches, of course. Place kicker Andrew Glass was named second team All-MAC, while defensive lineman C.J. West and wide receiver Luke Floria was named to the third team. McRae had a breakout year for the Golden Flashes, leading the team with 41 receptions, 610 yards, and 4 touchdowns. All while, guys, he missed the final 3 games, and he still led the team. The Kent State women's basketball team also, on the flip side, opened their home schedule with a dominant 77-40 victory over Copen State Wednesday evening. The Golden Flashes led as many by 42 points and made more than 50% field goal attempts over the final 3 periods. Graduate student Michaela Morse with her leading score for the second game in a row, improving on her last with 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting. Kent State kept the Eagles without a field goal for the first 7 minutes of the third quarter. Number 15, Florida State, is up next. And now the AFC wildcard race is arguably the most competitive it has ever been in the league history. 6 teams are back within the game spot of the 7th place. Currently, the Steelers and Browns are 7-4 leading the way, but the Colts are putting on pressure, and the Texans, along with the Bills and Denver, might get red hot again, and that would be a scary sign for us Ohio Browns fans. I expect the Bills to make a run here at the end and secure that last spot, and the Texans to cool off a little bit. The NFC, on the other hand, it's a little less competitive. There's not as many teams that are fluctuating. You just have your top dogs. There are still 4 to 5 teams competing for the last spot, but I expect the Packers and Saints to also make a last-second run for their playoffs. That's all the sports I have for you today. Thanks for moving around with me. I've been Noah Keeney with your Thursday morning sports report. Back to you guys.
Well, he may not be coming to Cleveland, but you know where he is going, the top of the music charts. Travis Kelce joins his lover, Taylor Swift, at the top of the Billboard's charts with Fairy Tale of Philadelphia, which is a duet with his brother Jason. The Football Brothers debuted the song 2 weeks ago and will be featured on the upcoming charity album by Jason Kelce and fellow Philadelphia Eagle lineman.
In other news, this Monday is National Cookie Day, and Subway is celebrating in the biggest way possible. The sandwich shop chain unveiled a foot-long cookie, and it will be free with purchase of a foot-long sub at select locations in Chicago, Dallas, Miami, and New York. Subway released a similar cookie in Miami last year, and they reported it sold out within 2 hours.
That is all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website at kentwired.com and follow our social media on all platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Michael Neenan.
And I've been Anthony Zacharias. Have a great day, Portage County.